am so excited to interview Adam Slutsky of Mimeo. They're all about the printing. You know, the printing. Printing. Yay! Let's talk business. Mimeo is an online, on-demand document printing company for businesses. Mimeo operates over 200,000 square feet of digital print capacity and has been listed as one of the fastest-growing companies in North America by Inc. magazine for the past 5 years in a row. Adam Slutsky is the CEO of Mimeo. Previously, Slutsky co-founded Moviefone, an interactive movie listing and ticketing service that was acquired by AOL in 1999. Well, here we are with Adam Slutsky of Mimeo. So exciting. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So you guys are a New York-based company.
Correct.
And first I want to start off with tell me a little about the tech scene here.
Yeah, definitely more fertile than I think the West Coast thinks.
Yeah.
In fact, I was wondering if you were going to call this the Alley Girl show for today, but I see that didn't happen.
We'll take it off. Well, now I want to talk about your background because you invented one of the coolest things ever, who I call my boyfriend Mr. Moviefone.
You want to meet him?
I would love to meet Mr. Moviefone.
His name is Russ Leatherman.
Hello and welcome to Moviefone.
And actually, a lot of folks know Russ because in the West Coast markets, particularly in LA, Mr. Moviefone actually has always had his own segments on various radio stations and TV stations, in particular, I think, still on ABC.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy and is still involved. And there was actually 5 original guys in it that quickly came down to 4.
So you guys all founded it together?
Yeah, there actually was a East Coast, West Coast thing. So there was my great friend who I knew since high school, Andrew Jarecki, and I were here in the city, and we were working on this idea for an interactive telephone system that would just help people get movie showtime and location information. And there were some guys on the West Coast doing the exact same thing.
Okay.
And we were each about a year into it. We had backing of money and some ideas about how to actually get awareness of the product in the marketplace. They actually had the technology to build, which was the first interactive telephone system way back in 1988.
Yeah, there were a whole bunch of firsts involved with this.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, a lot of,
So very first mobile phone payment system,
yeah,
right?
It was the first ticketing system on the web as far as we're aware of. We did a
Yeah.
transaction way back in 1992 on the web. Definitely for years, if not still today, it was the largest movie-oriented site on the internet. It was the largest interactive telephone system in the United States. It was the first interactive telephone system. We actually would use, the push buttons on the keypad to not only get information, but also to use the letters that were on the phone to spell certain things out, which at first we thought was never going to work, and sure enough, actually people adopted into it. But a lot of people don't know, in 1988, 89, when we launched the service, 50% of the phones were still rotary dial. So a lot of people couldn't even use it because it was like early adopter to have a touch-tone phone. So yeah, there were a lot of firsts.
We're here because I really want to talk about Mimeo, but could we call Mr. Moviefone with you?
Here's a list of movies. Make your selection at any time. Press the pound key to skip ahead. The artist.
Oh,
rated PG-13.
It's rated PG-13, so we're both allowed to go.
Yes, we are both allowed. I make it by a few years.
Well, so what is Mimeo for our viewers?
So Mimeo, first of all, for those who don't know, and it is mostly a B2B product, so it's very different than a consumer site like Moviefone. Mimeo basically created the market for online printing and overnight delivery of documents. So think about any kind of document you might need here or somewhere else, especially if you need it tomorrow.
Like what kind of documents?
So
like
it could be
anything?
a conference event materials.
Okay.
It could be that you have a big meeting in Chicago tomorrow and you have a presentation to give, and the presentation deck is like 40 pages of a PowerPoint, and it's got like 50 pages of an appendix, and you don't want to carry them along with you on the airplane.
And it's super, super affordable too, right?
Yeah, it's actually priced very competitively with the marketplace generally, but gives people the ability to upload their documents and actually visually build the documents in their finished form, whether it be a 3-ring binder or a spiral binder. Do you want to insert tabs between certain pages? Want some pages in color, some pages in black and white, whatever the case may be. And any order that's submitted to us by 10 o'clock at night can be delivered at any quantity to any number of locations in North America by 8:30 the next day.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so that's a really big lifesaver. And that was one of the things I was very interested in because Moviefone was all about convenience, right? Whether it was having ready access to movie information in the area I wanted to go see a movie, right when I wanted to go see a movie,
Yeah.
or buying a ticket to make sure I didn't get embarrassed with my then girlfriend, now wife, and get up to the movie theater only to find out it was already sold out. It was the same thing with Mimeo, albeit from a business to business point of view. So we have a lot of orders that will come in between 8 o'clock at night and 10 o'clock at night.
Oh my gosh.
Some of them highly complex.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you think about the retail industry, the fast food industry.
Is there any printing order that you've gotten that was just like ridiculous, and
Yeah,
you were like, I don't know if we can get this out?
We can get them done, but in all fairness, behind the scenes, we have lots of ways to kind of make the magic happen.
Right.
And sometimes you have to like invent new magic. So generally, the reason why we can take the order till 10 o'clock at night is because we have our 3 big printing and distribution locations really co-located with FedEx. Because we're located next to them, we can take those orders late in the day, and then we have a few hours to actually produce any order that comes our way.
Okay.
Now, we're having a really busy day, and you get hit with an order, let's just say for a bank or a retail company or a fast food chain in particular, any actually food-related establishment. There might be hundreds of documents, let's say one of each, going to each one of these different locations.
Okay.
And so the content comes in to us 10 o'clock at night, and you got to get it done before the last FedEx truck is pulling out of our facility, which is going to be pretty much the latest in the day in the whole United States, but that doesn't give you a lot of time.
Right.
So if you've had a really busy day and then you get hit with a big order at 9:59 at night, you
It's
get
going to be a
stuck.
fun evening.
Right. So sometimes I will admit, we do from time to time write checks to folks like NetJets and things like that because we miss the deadline for FedEx. We might even not be able to use courier networks through the commercial airlines, and you're stuck literally getting a plane
Wow.
just to take documents somewhere.
Oh my
and when
gosh.
it does happen, it's rather hysterical because the pilot of the plane is
Doesn't
there to
even have a
receive it.
passenger.
Right. And so the passenger's coming up the steps with a box. It's got like 5 binders in it, right? And maybe it's like a RFP response that's going to a big industrial company. It needs to be somewhere 10 o'clock, 10:30 the next morning. And so we bring the box on the plane, leave it on the plane, and we say to the pilot, hey, thanks for taking this to Reno or wherever it needs to go. And they're looking at you like, where's the passenger? They go, oh, that's it, just take the box. Someone will be there on the other end, they'll take the box for you, and then we courier it from there. So that does happen. Those
But
tend
you
not to
make
be-
it happen. You
Yeah.
make it get
Those
there
are
on
not
time.
profitable orders, but they definitely keep the customer delighted, which is a big part of what we do.
You have had so much great entrepreneurial experience. You've worked at a really big company at AOL. You've worked, you built Moviefone from the ground up, and then you've come in at a little later stage at Mimeo. What one piece of advice would you give to a new entrepreneur, just starting out, who's building a product?
And they already know they want to do it.
They already know.
They're absolutely sure
They're positive.
that they want to do it. Gee, the one thing. The reason why I asked if they know they want to do it is because the reality is the thing that matters most is your personal conviction to keep moving ahead.
And that you're excited about
You have to be
it.
excited about it. For instance, when a lot of people were surprised I went to Mimeo. They were like, oh, what's the next thing you're going to start? In fact, I talked to a lot of VCs on the West Coast and here about 3 or 4 ideas that I had. And everybody thought those were pretty good ideas. But I found out that within 2 weeks, wasn't super excited about any of those 4 anymore. Well, if 2 weeks later I'm not super excited about it, I'm definitely not spending 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on it for the next few years.
Right.
And I think that entrepreneurial spirit of having the conviction around a thing is absolutely paramount. So, because you're going to run into so many people that say no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to give you money. No, that's not a good idea. No, I'm not going to buy that service from you. No, I don't want to work with you.
And you have to just be able to be like, you know what, I love doing this, so no is going to turn me down.
So I think personal conviction, number 1. Number 2, and I made this mistake a few times in my life, in particular on some investments, you should ensure that the product or service you want to provide, that you can build the business model case for that product or service really soon. And what I mean by that is, can you make that an economically profitable entity, at least in your mind, that you could put down on paper, even if it's 2 or 3 years out? A lot of people, you started your first question about the tech scene here in New York.
Right.
A lot of guys and girls, or young men and young women, when they're starting out in the tech side, I can't tell you how many times I hear them say, yeah, this is going to be so cool because I'm going to do this, this, and that, and then Google's going to take me out, Yahoo's going to take me out.
You're like, you seem
Facebook's
to
going to take me
thought
out.
all the way through here, but you gotta.
Yeah, if you're focused on that, you're going to build the greatest technology that Apple, Google, Facebook, or somebody else is going to buy. I'd stay the hell away from that. Now, there are guys that do that and they succeed, but they're the 1% we hear about that started a business. You know,
You can't go in thinking that.
Can't go in thinking what the exit is without understanding the business model. And a lot of young people don't because they don't even have a business model.
Right.
Or they're not in business yet. They just have a great idea that's a product or service.
So I have a little activity for us, which is actually the New York Times has an activity for us, which is, I heard you really like crossword puzzles.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, not today though.
Not today.
Oh my God.
It's the hard one. Is today the hard one? And we're doing
Thursday and
it
Friday.
in pen.
Co-creator of the Flintstones. Do you remember the names of the guys who created the Flintstones?
Will Ferrell was clearly the star.
Yeah, but who was the...
Who was Santa? Nodes.
Nodes.
See, I don't know that.
Now, you talked about Jim Henson. Do you know Miss Piggy?
Yeah, I know
Do you know
Miss
the name
Piggy.
of her poodle? Her white poodle? I don't.
She has a poodle?
Yeah, apparently she has a poodle according to the New York Times.
I haven't seen the movie yet. Oh no, I thought I knew it, but I don't.
I think you know it.
I don't. I could do this all day, actually.
Wait a minute. Nine
No,
down.
you just-
a Guinness superlative. 9 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. Guinness superlative. That would
Beer.
describe. No. Where are you? 9 down.
Guinness.
Oh yeah. I think it's talking about the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh.
That's interesting, though. Guinness beer. I don't think like some beer. Let's go get some beer. Huh?
I'm like the Valley Girl.
And I'm like Adam Slutsky of Mimeo.com.
And now it's time for your DITS moment. And what's you have a great motto, print and, wait, what is it? Ship and print with a click, or print and ship with a click?
So great you can't remember? I'm just kidding.
So
it's
great.
Okay.
It
it's
is
okay.
so great.